A controversial West Warwick priest was seriously injured in this violent crash in Lynn, Massachusetts. Father Richard Bucci of Sacred Heart Church was behind the wheel of the car that crashed yesterday afternoon. He remains in a medically induced coma with life-threatening injuries. Eyewitness News reporter Logan Wilbur has the details on what happened and what the diocese is saying tonight. Logan?
Shannon, Massachusetts State Police responded to a car accident shortly before 1 p.m. on Tuesday in Lynn. At the time, little was known other than the car involved in the crash had Rhode Island license plates. Many in the Catholic Church are now offering up their prayers following the news, and the details confirmed this morning. This was the scene at what we now know was a single vehicle crash involving Father Richard Bucci, the outspoken West Warwick pastor at Sacred Heart Church. Massachusetts State Police, Lynn Police, and Lynn Fire all responding to the horrific scene.
He was then transported by ambulance to Salem Hospital, and at this point he has serious life-threatening injuries.
The Diocese of Providence confirmed the fears of many this morning in a statement, saying the Diocese of Providence has become aware that Father Richard Bucci, pastor of Sacred Heart Church in West Warwick, was involved in a very serious auto accident in Lynn, Massachusetts on Tuesday. Father Bucci made both local and national headlines recently for comments he made regarding pedophilia and abortion, as well as a flyer he passed around calling for all state legislators who supported a pro-choice bill to be refused communion. Father Bucci spoke to Eyewitness News last month, and when asked about the controversial statements, he told us the diocese supported him. The diocese still, and perhaps more than ever, supporting Father Bucci. The statement released this morning would go on to say the diocese requests prayers for Father Bucci and his family, friends, and parishioners during this difficult time. Now, Father Bucci remains in the hospital and was greatly missed at the Sacred Heart Church this morning as parishioners learned the news of his accident. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from one of those parishioners who heard about the accident last night during Stations of the Cross. Live in studio, Logan Wilbur, Eyewitness News.
A West Warwick Catholic priest whose controversial comments recently made national headlines remains hospitalized tonight following a crash near Boston. We first broke this story this morning. Father Richard Bucci was driving the car that crashed on the Linway yesterday. Eyewitness News reporter Logan Wilbur has an update and reaction from Sacred Heart parishioners. Logan?
Well, Father Bucci of Sacred Heart Church in West Warwick is in critical condition at Salem Hospital with life-threatening injuries following Tuesday's accident. This morning, parishioners gathered at Sacred Heart as news of Father Bucci's devastating car accident was confirmed. We now know this vehicle, involved in a single car accident in Lynn, Massachusetts on Tuesday, was driven by Father Richard Bucci of West Warwick Sacred Heart Church. Massachusetts State Police say he was traveling southbound on the Linway when the accident took place.
He was, I'm sure, headed back here because we had Stations of the Cross last night.
It was at Stations of the Cross where Jill Raza and a number of parishioners heard the news of the accident.
We were just appalled. We were all crying and it was such a shock.
Many parishioners arrived to Sacred Heart Church Wednesday morning to pray for Father Bucci at a mass which normally he would have led.
I don't know what's going to happen to our church. Even if he recuperates, how can he come back?
With Father Bucci in the hospital, the Diocese of Providence is asking for prayers for Father Bucci and his family, friends, and parishioners during this difficult time.
We're all praying for him and pulling for him.
Eyewitness News was invited to this morning's Mass, albeit without cameras. The small chapel was filled with those praying for Father Bucci, and those in attendance complimented the pastor for always preaching God's Word in accordance with the Church's teachings. Logan Wilbur, Eyewitness News.